What's going on, everyone? A bit of good news and a bit of bad news. The good news is that I will be moving. Towards the middle of next month, I'm actually going to be moving into a much larger place, which will give me space to actually set up all my manga, my figures, whatever else kind of junk I have stored in storage. It will hopefully also allow me to get a better lighting setup because I know the shadows on this are kind of weird. So I'm excited for that because I can also finally do a manga tour video. I wish I could give more detail on a lot of the manga I'm going through because I know I always just say, I'm looking forward to reading this, or I don't know much about this, and it just gets thrown into a box until I can get around to it. But September, October, hopefully going to fix this. I can actually read my manga. And the bad news, my upstairs neighbor decided a few weeks ago that it was a great idea for his bathroom to overflow. So I came home one night from watching Weathering with You in theaters. Fantastic movie, by the way. And I found my bathroom walls were leaking. Don't worry, his place is fine. My place, I'm having to have the walls removed, the ceiling removed, so I've actually been living in a hotel for the past 2 weeks, and it's not looking like that's going to get resolved anytime soon because the whole process is just moving super slow. I'm probably going to be in the hotel at least through the end of the month, if not sometime into September. And that of course means I don't really have all that much time to be making videos or any content like that because I just don't have my resources with me. I'm back at my place right now recording this because I can be here from time to time, but it is just a bit of a hassle to keep going back and forth. So I'm just not going to keep doing that for every time I want to make a video, unfortunately. So if there's not much content in the next few weeks, that's going to be why. I'm going to try to do a few things here and there. I actually had some Yu-Gi-Oh! Box opening videos, but I had some technical problems with them. By technical, I mean I just filmed it out of frame. I hope you enjoy this manga haul video because it's probably all I'm going to have for a little while. I might be able to do a shopping video or something like that, but we'll have to see. Anyway, that's enough life updates from me. Let's get into the video. So this is going to be my July 2021 manga haul. Now I actually do have a bit more manga that I've gotten in the mail the last week or two, but it came in August, so we're going to save that for the big August haul, which both July and August are going to be a big mishmash of stuff that was from the birthday sale, from orders that I've had placed on Right Stuff since like January, all the way up through now, so it's just a bunch of stuff, really. No real rhyme or reason to any of it. Be warned, I am going to be flipping through the pages a little bit, and I'm not really going to be doing my usual thing where I put it on the table and flip through and kind of can see what I'm flipping. I'm just going to be holding it up to the camera, and I'm not fully going to know what I'm showing, so be warned there might be some like minor spoilers being shown just in the panels that I'm showing. If anything major is shown, I will cut that out and just add maybe like a little black screen to talk through. Sorry, this isn't going to be my highest quality video just because of all the situation going on right now. But let's start off with something new, something fresh, something weebish. So this is My Dad's the Queen of All VTubers. This is being published by Kite Books, who is one of the newest publishers of English manga on the block. They publish a few other titles right now, but this is one of their, I believe, debut titles. I actually have not read this yet, but it's just about this guy finding out that his dad is the queen of all VTubers. And I'm pretty sure he's a big fan of his dad's VTuber persona, and so finding out that it's his dad comes as a bit of a shock. There's a kind of petroleum-ish smell to this, which I noticed on other Kite books, so I'm a little worried about the paper quality here. It's interesting to see that there's a translation credit on the front cover. I'm not sure if that's a thing that Kite Books is doing regularly, but I actually do really like that because a lot of work goes into translating these titles into English. And I'm just going to keep it going right now with the single volumes or volume ones. And so next up we have I Hear the Sunspot. And I think this is kind of like, not boys love exactly, but it's definitely got overtones of BL. But I've heard really good things about this, about these two guys really forming their relationship and how that really helps them overcome, or at least one of them overcome, a hearing disability. So it reminded me a lot of A Silent Voice in that regards, which definitely has a different backstory to it, because, you know, there was a lot of bullying and forgiveness and regret that really went into that whole setup there. But I love A Silent Voice, and I'm hoping that maybe I can really love this just as much. A few of the pages here is, again, I just don't have my setup as I want it right now, so I'm not doing the normal table setup, so I'm just going to show off a few pages here and there. Now we have Volume 2 of Miss Koizumi Loves Ramen. So this actually got an anime a couple years ago, and that's what put it on my radar. Dark Horse is publishing these, or maybe was, because I haven't seen a new volume of this in a while, but it's about this girl, Koizumi, and she loves ramen. If it's anything like the anime, it tells you a lot about different styles of ramen. You get to learn a lot about really what goes into the preparation. I've got the first volume. I haven't gotten around to it yet because, like most things, it's been in storage, and I'm hoping to fix that problem once I move and actually read my huge backlog, because I'm so sick of having a huge backlog. Then we have some really heavy books. Gosh, why are these so heavy? Okay, we have Volume 2, 3, and 4 of Welcome to the NHK. Now, Welcome to the NHK is also a show that I've tried watching probably like 3 times now, and I always got to about the halfway point, and for some reason I just kept stopping and never got to actually finish the series. So I'm thinking maybe if I have it in manga form, I'll actually finish it. The first volume got delivered as part of I think a big sale a year or two ago, and again, it just found its way into my bulk backlog. But I went ahead and grabbed these while they were on sale for Right Stuf's big birthday sale that happened a little while ago. So maybe I'll actually finish the story this time and find out what happens. But if you're unfamiliar with it, it's about this hikikomori, or shut-in, and how he meets this person who really tries to pull him out of his current situation, and also his neighbor who he meets next door, who's trying to design like pornographic video games. It definitely makes for some good comedy between the three of them. Next up we have Volume 10 of Eden Zero. I was liking this a good bit more than Fairy Tail. It's by Hiro Mashima as well, but Fairy Tail never really clicked with me. One day I'm planning to actually finish it up, but Eden Zero to me gripped me a little bit more at the beginning. I'm still not, the biggest fan of it, but I got through about the first 3 or 4 volumes so far, and I really liked what I read, or at least I was entertained. So I'm going to keep up with that. It's kind of got a similar structure to Fairy Tail, except instead of being like fantasy guilds, it takes place in outer space as this crew of a kind of makeshift ship. They come together, and I really don't know what they do, because I kind of only got to the part where they're all coming together and meeting each other. We have Volume 11 of Nana. So I ordered pretty much all of these a while back for the series, and I know it's on hiatus, but I really liked what I read of the first 2 or so volumes. So I just wanted to go ahead and grab this while I had the chance, grab all of them that are out, because I had a great time with the first 2. It's about these 2 women, both of them named Nana, who end up being roommates, and you would think they're polar opposites by their personalities. One's like this punk rock girl, and the other is this lovey-dovey girl who's kind of new to where she's living now. I think it's a big city. It's been a little bit of a while since I read it, but they end up becoming really good friends, really close, and it's just about their stories and their lives. And there's just something about it that I found really fun. Excited to read the rest of this, and hopefully one day Aizawa will finish this. I'm hoping she'll come back to it. I think she's been doing a little bit more stuff on Twitter recently, but I think it was a health-related issue that was originally putting this on hiatus. So with luck, she's doing better, and she can come back to this story, because I know it has a lot of fans. Just gonna fix up my collar here. We have Volume 4 of Black Lagoon. I think I mentioned this in a previous video that I noticed these were starting to kind of go out of stock, and it's another series that I really enjoyed when I watched the anime for it. So I'm just kind of grabbing it right now, and hopefully can finish it, because I never did finish the anime either, even though I know the anime is not a complete story on its own anyway. It just follows this group of mercenaries essentially, and they're just a lot of fun. The whole crew is a lot of fun with this. We have To Your Eternity Volume 6 by Yoshitoki Oima. And this is currently airing the anime. I have not checked it out because I really want to read the manga for this first. But again, kind of like I Hear the Sunspot, I was drawn in because the author for this is the author for A Silent Voice. Again, one of my all-time favorite manga. So I'm really excited to give this a shot. I've got the first 5 as well. And I think I might have ordered Volume 7 during the birthday sale as well. I can't remember fully. But yeah, I couldn't honestly even tell you what it's about. I just know that the anime's been going strong. I really want to check this out. Along with a couple of other series like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, it's going to be one of the first series that I start on once I get all my stuff in one place. Speaking of Chainsaw Man, we have Chainsaw Man Volume 5. I am looking forward to the anime for this, even though I haven't started the manga yet. It's just, sometimes you know that there's a series you're gonna like even before you start it, and Chainsaw Man is one of those series I can 100% say I am going to enjoy. It might not ever be a favorite series, but I know I'm gonna have fun with it. And all I really know is that there's this guy that makes a deal with a kind of devil-like figure, and I guess he gets chainsaw powers? I don't know. I'm a little bit hesitant to flip through this because I'm not entirely sure what spoiler and how YouTube friendly it might be. Spy X Family Volume 5, another series that I want to start on, have not yet. I feel like most people probably already know what this one is, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But all I really know is there's like a family that they all have these different powers and abilities, but they're having to keep up appearances of being a family. And I'm not really sure why, so I'm going to find out when I read it. Promised Neverland 19, so I have ordered Volume 20, and that will complete my collection and the series of Promised Neverland. I got to about volume 11 or 12 or somewhere in the middle of the second arc, Goldie Pond, and the releases were just coming out a little bit slow for me. I kept forgetting what happened, so since I knew there were only going to be about 20 volumes, I just decided that with the series coming to an end, I would just wait, read the rest of it all in one go so that I don't totally forget everything that happened. Another random Yu-Gi-Oh volume, not even flipping through this one because it's Yu-Gi-Oh, you know what it is, it's card games. We're done here. Yona of the Dawn 6 and 8. So I don't know what happened to 7 exactly. I said in a previous video how much I really loved the start of this series, and I still haven't quite caught up to this point yet, but really enjoyed what I've read. It's basically a shoujo action series. I mean, it was fantastic. I loved it. So Princess Yona being tracked down as basically a wanted person after a horrendous event basically removes her family from the throne. And it's about where we're at. And there's a lot of dust flying out from all of these. My gosh. We have Blue Flag Volume 1, which I think I'm going to take this to the hotel with me and get on reading this since it's Volume 1 and a pretty short series overall. All I really know is it's about this kind of love triangle that happens between 3 really close friends, and that's about that. But I've heard really good things about it, and so I am excited to read this one. I know I'm saying I'm excited to read all of them, but that's because that's true. I am excited to read all of them. It's manga. Who wouldn't be excited? Fist of the North Star. Hardcover. Classic. I've never done anything with Fist of the North Star. I know really nothing about it aside from the couple of memes that have circulated the internet for a while, but it's just it's a classic. It's a little harder to flip through this, so just take what you can get with this preview here. But yeah, finally I can read the classic. We have a Shuzo Oshimi book, Shino Can't Say Her Name. Basically a girl who is unable to speak out for herself. She had trouble on the first day of school saying her name and basically gets bullied for it as a result. So this is another one that I think I'm just going to take to the hotel with me and read because I've got plenty of time, and if it's not like a long running series, it's really easy to just pick up and read anytime. But this is a really nice addition. It's Dimpa. I've said before, I do like Dimpa, how they always do high quality for their publications. Nice little cover flap here. It's a good release. They're top-notch publisher, really. Another Shuzo Oshimi is Blood on the Tracks, Volume 4. All I know is this is really like a kind of tragedy, slice of life type story. So I'm waiting on a couple more of these to come in before getting on it, because I feel like Oshimi, kind of like Urasawa, is one of those authors that you don't want to just read a couple volumes and then not be able to immediately continue. I made that mistake with 20th Century Boys, where I think I have pretty much all the volumes for that now, but around volume 8 or so, I took a pause for like a month, and then I tried to go back to it, and I could not remember anything that happened, even though I really, really loved it. You have to remember so many minor details and clues throughout the whole story that it doesn't work if you have to take a hiatus or a break, or you have to wait on another volume to come out. So that's what I'm doing with Blood on the Tracks, and I mean, I'm doing that with a lot of things, but I'm intentionally doing it with Blood on the Tracks. We have volumes 10, 11, and 12 of Golden Kamuy. This is one that I keep picking up during Right Stuf sales because they always put it out either at their birthday sale or their Christmas holiday sale, and I know I haven't read it yet, but guys, come on, you gotta give me some slack. Before I moved to my previous job, I had all my manga pretty much on this wall back here, and I'd read about maybe 2/3 of it. And then when I moved, I couldn't take all of this with me because I was a staff member living in student dorms, and those are really, really small. So my manga ended up being scattered between here, there, my mom's place, and so I just had volume 1 here, 2 here, 3, and I couldn't read them. And so Golden Kamuy and most of my other manga just kept getting lost in the shuffle, and that's why I'm so far behind on everything, and I just want it all in one place, and I'm really excited to move next month. I feel like I keep repeating myself with all that, but I just want to clarify that aside from a brief period in like 2019, I don't just buy manga to buy it. I want to read it. I do. I feel like I just haven't been in a great situation to actually sit down and be able to enjoy the stories how they're meant to be enjoyed. We'll show off a few pages here, even though I don't really know anything about Golden Kamuy. I just know it's supposed to be really good, and it's like a kind of adventure in like the outdoors. Yeah, that's all I know. Coming up towards the end of the haul, we have Neon Genesis Evangelion. We have the 4th, 5th, and 6th volume, and the 7th, 8th, and 9th volume. These are the collected editions. I'm not going to flip through these. You know what Neon Genesis Evangelion is. It's mecha, it's Shinji getting the robot. And I gave Neon Genesis the anime a try. First 2 episodes or so wasn't really my thing, but I really wanted to give the manga an honest shot. I really fluctuated forever on buying these versus buying the singles, which are kind of hard to find, and finally I just bit the bullet, bought these, and I'm going to give it a shot. But you know, I'm missing the first one right now. Can't start it until Right Stuf sends it. The last manga we have, before we get into something special, is My Dress Up Darling, which I know is a cosplay manga, and it's got this little wrap on it. You know, now as I'm unwrapping this, I'm thinking maybe it's not going to be the best idea to actually show this on camera because I don't know what's in here. But there you go. Again, I just know that it's cosplay focused. The wrapper sometimes, you know, can be deceiving. I've heard it's really wholesome. I've heard it's really good. So I like cosplay. I'm going to read this. So now we have the last couple of things that came in my collection here, which isn't really manga. It's more blind boxes. And also Isekai Quartet, the Blu-ray, because that was on sale. And I love Isekai Quartet, despite the fact that Isekai is not exactly my thing. But I love this series. It's funny. It's hilarious. Go watch it if you haven't. If you have any knowledge of Konosuba, ReZero, Overlord, or Tanya. But yes, I did take advantage of several different blind box discounts. A lot of them are in my August haul as well, which will be in my next video featuring a haul. I made a joke with my friend that last year when I did this big sale and I took advantage of a $25 blind box that I could get free with my order, I got Durarara, the like part 2 show, or the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I don't know, one of those other Durarara parts that wasn't the original season. And I love Durarara, but I've never collected past the original series just because of how expensive it was. I watched them all, don't worry, I did watch that. But I was really shocked when I got that Durarara in there as a blind box for $25 because it went for like $80. So I made a joke to my friend. I said, what if I did this blind box over and over and I just kept getting Durarara? And you know, we got Durarara. So this is the volume 4 for Durarara X210. And I don't remember which one it is I got before, but it's just really cool to keep getting this. I do think last time maybe I got a Blu-ray. I don't know, but this is DVD here. I'm not going to be picky about it. Durarara is great. Love it. Then we got volume 2 of Kill la Kill, which I believe this was a $5 or $10 blind box. I watched Kill la Kill about halfway through and just never finished it because it wasn't really my thing. But maybe this will convince me to go back. And then a blind box item that I wasn't expecting at all, but is really kind of cool. This was also, I think, a $25 one. I could be mistaken on that. But this is the the Quasar of Stigmata complete series. And I'm definitely not going to flip this over to the back cover. But if you want to know what it's about, just you can Google it. It's fine. I'm kind of interested to watch this. It's been something my friends and I have joked about for a while just because we know the premise of Quasar of Stigmata. And now I have it, so I feel kind of obligated to watch it. Of course, it's just out of obligation. I wouldn't watch it for, actual enjoyment reasons. That'd be silly. But so that does it for July, and August is looking to be a even bigger haul than this. Until then, thanks for joining me, and see you later.